outside UN headquarters in New York City. These were countries that most people don't consider countries at all. The World Football Cup, organized by the Confederation of Independent Football Associations, CONIFA, is where countries compete when they don't meet the threshold of statehood required for membership in bodies like FIFA, the Fédération Internationale de Football Association, the International Olympic Committee, IOC, or for that matter, the UN General Assembly. Some were the type of places that are described in news reports by dismissive phrases like breakaway, semi-autonomous, or self-proclaimed. The host country, Abkhazia, was one such, de facto independent since breaking off from newly independent Georgia in a devastating civil war that ended in 1993, but today recognized by only Russia and 3 other countries. As far as the United States and Europe were concerned, this event was being held in Georgia. The Georgian government grumbled publicly about the event but made no effort to stop it from going forward. A team representing the Kurds, the largest ethnic group in the world without its own state, but one that is now tantalizingly close to achieving the dream of independence. Somaliland, the unlikely and unrecognized beacon of stability in the Horn of Africa, was also represented, as was northern Cyprus, the Turkish-dominated northern half of the Mediterranean island. Some teams represented groups wronged by history. The Western Armenia contingent represented a Turkish-Armenian community decimated during World War I. The Chagos Islanders, originally from a small archipelago in the Indian Ocean, but now living largely in the Crawley area of London, were evicted from their home islands by the British government in 1971 so that the United States could build a military base on Diego Garcia, an expulsion that the islanders continue to challenge in domestic and international courts. Other teams represented ethnic minorities who found themselves on the wrong side of international borders, such as the Koreans of Japan or the Hungarians of Romania. A Punjabi team purported to represent not only the historical region today divided between the countries of India and Pakistan, but the global Punjabi diaspora. A Sami team represented an indigenous group living in northern Scandinavia that has achieved a significant level of political autonomy in recent years. Rounding out the competition were some European regions, Padania, or northern Italy, and Raetia, the Romansh-speaking region of Switzerland, that seemed less interested in making a political statement than in just playing some football. This team is not like a political thing. I think Italy is fine the way it is, the Padania goalkeeper told me at the opening ceremony. At the opposite end of the intensity scale was Harpreet Singh, a 33-year-old London accountant who quit his job and poured his life savings into building the Punjabi team. He told me, "I don't consider myself to be Indian. The Indians have perpetrated atrocities against Punjab. I don't consider myself British. I don't hate them, but I choose not to be associated with being British." After asking me to imagine how I would feel if my own family were murdered in front of me, he said, "If you ask me now, what is your family? My family is all Punjabis worldwide. They are my family. They are more important to me than my own wife and children." I spent most of my time at the tournament following the team from Somaliland, an unrecognized autonomous state considered northern Somalia by the rest of the world, that I would visit later that summer. Most of the team's players live in Britain. The team's director, 32-year-old Ilyas Mohammed, said he wanted to build pride among the citizens and diasporic community of a place few in the world have heard of. I feel obliged. Somaliland was where I was born. Somaliland has a lot to offer, but it's got a lot to learn from others. Only the hardiest fans of esoteric international soccer made the long trip to Abkhazia to watch the tournament, but a fair number of foreign reporters were in attendance, attracted by the quirky spectacle of a World Cup for countries that don't exist. The event was also a blatant propaganda exercise for the host country, Abkhazia, a place that doesn't rate highly for news coverage, even compared to other participants in the frozen conflicts of the post-Soviet world. It was easy to be skeptical about the event and CONIFA, an Isle of Man-based body staffed by a skeleton crew of volunteers, but I appreciated the open-minded approach to nationhood taken by the event. Many of the participants hoped that their membership in CONIFA is only temporary, a way station on their path to eventual membership in FIFA. While FIFA's bylaws allow for membership for regions that are not independent, membership applications must be approved by the association's executive committee, and World Soccer's premier governing body has fairly vague criteria for membership. FIFA's roles include some tiny, only semi-independent places like Montserrat, an island in the Caribbean, and Niue, a territory